This is the Horse Radio Network. This is episode 259 of Horse Tip Daily. A different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you one day at a time. Today's tip is sponsored by The Yellow Horse, your complete guide to the horse world at theyellowhorse.com. Enjoy today's tip. Hi, everybody. Glenn the Geek back with you from Lexington, Kentucky, and welcome back to Horse Tip Daily. Well, it's Monday. That means that we have back with us in our continuing 5-part series, Dr. Carrie DeLeeuw. Dr. DeLeeuw is out of California. She is a chiropractor, an acupuncturist, and a veterinarian. And she started a series a couple of weeks ago. If you missed it, go back and just go to Horse Tip Daily. Take a look for, on the left-hand side, search under Dr. Carrie DeLeeuw, and go back and listen to the previous tips. What she's doing is a series on the different disciplines and how to avoid chiropractic work. She gives you some tips on how to avoid having to have your horse visit the chiropractor, or the chiropractor visit your horse in this case. So that's what Dr. DeLeeuw is doing in this 5-part series, and we continue that today. And we're going to continue that. But first, I want to tell you about a website that I want you to check out. It's called The Yellow Horse, and it's at theyellowhorse.com. You can picture an online yellow pages for the horse world. That's what this site is all about. Whether you're looking for horses for sale, or a new trainer, a place to board your horse, or a trail to ride on, you will find that and so much more at theyellowhorse.com. And what makes this website different than any other is it is research-based by actual human beings, meaning that they do the work for you. They research the horse farms for boarding, training, lessons, trainers. They also do research for and have one of the largest listings of horse shows and events across the United States and Canada. They have more of them listed for 2010 than any other website. I want you to stop over and check it out. There's thousands of listings over there. No matter what you're looking for in the horse world, you're going to find it there, whether you're looking for a barn or trainer or whatever you're looking to do, whether you're looking for an event in your area, or they have one of the largest listings of trails across the country that are horse friendly. So stop on over to theyellowhorse.com and check it out. You'll be glad you did. And now on to Dr. DeLeeuw. Well, hi, Dr. DeLeeuw, and welcome back to Horse Tip Daily.
Thanks so much, Glenn. Good to see you again, or talk to you again.
Yeah. We can't quite see each other yet. We're not that advanced.
A little far.
It's a good thing.
Maybe we'll Skype in one of these days.
It's a good thing because I'm sitting here in my pajamas most of the time. No, not really. That's what people say. I get that joke all the time. You're doing radio. You don't have to get dressed. At some point, you do have to get dressed. So now tell me, we're continuing this series on chiropractic and the different disciplines. And which one are we talking about today?
Today we're going to talk about jumping, all forms of jumping, hunters, stadium jumping, cross-country jumping, and what we as trainers, owners, riders, vets can hopefully do to keep our horses comfortable and keep you guys from needing to see me for chiropractic work.
This might be an unfair question for you. I should have asked it in the first one of these series. Is there a discipline that you see needing more chiropractic work than another discipline, or does it depend on the owner and the horse?
It really depends on the owner and the horse. I mean, it's mostly about are the horses suitable for what they're doing? Are they built for it, and are the owners pushing them too hard?
Gotcha.
I mean, that's a lot of it, and you can run into huge problems with any discipline. I'd say that the gaited horses, the saddle seat horses, probably they win with needing the most work, but dressage, jumping, even just trail horses, they all really can usually use some, but the goal is to need me less, so that's why these tips hopefully will help.
Okay, so jumping.
So jumping obviously takes a lot of effort on the horse's part, and often there'll be some tight turns and the horse is pushing off from different leads and landing on different leads. And more horses are left-handed than right-handed, just like more people are right-handed than left-handed. So jumping is one of those disciplines where the asymmetry can really get exaggerated, because if more horses are left-handed, they'd rather push off from the left lead and they'd rather land on that lead. So you do tend to see a lot of asymmetry with that pelvis. So my advice to owners is to really have a good foundation of flat work, or whether it's dressage work or, just any sort of riding where you really make sure your horse is even and comfortable on both leads and equally as strong and able to bend both directions, so you can try and prevent those asymmetries. And the horses, jumping horses, use their hocks a lot, and they land hard on their front feet. So keeping the rest of the body really comfortable is going to be very important for them using their body correctly in the air. And if they're doing that, they're going to be a lot less prone to chiropractic problems.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, people often think that, jumping, it's so hard on the horse's back. And I actually tend to see less back problems with it because the riders generally have so much weight in the stirrups, because when the horse jumps, the leg has to stay very secure and on the side of the horse with no movement. And because they have so much weight in the stirrups, they're really distributing it well over the saddle. And, of course, a really inexperienced rider may hit the horse's back or hit them in the mouth. But, someone that's been doing it for a while, the back tends to do okay. It's the low back because they're pushing off so much, and then really that pelvis, which is what you see go out when the horse is not symmetrical and not jumping evenly.
Is there a difference with the show jumpers and the event horses out doing cross country and stuff? Or is it pretty much the same?
Definitely. Like the hunters, I would say, tend to have the least issues because they're not doing the tight turns, and the whole goal is for everything to be as smooth and even and fluid as possible. Whereas the stadium jumpers, as you get to higher levels and you're jumping and landing and doing a really tight turn, I mean, those horses are really exerting themselves, and it's rare that there wouldn't be some work to do. And in cross country, you do tend to see unfortunately, some legs hanging and hitting the jumps that don't fall, or a horse even falling, which is, of course, rare, but definitely happens. And also they're going often at a very fast pace and not necessarily getting to quite as good of a spot where they leave the ground to do the jump, so they're jolting their body a bit more than they would be necessarily in the arena, and the uneven ground and the jumping up and down. So the cross-country horses probably do end up needing the most work out of those three. Okay,
that makes sense. Yeah, that does make sense. So,
yeah, and I think one more thing.
Yep, go ahead. No, I was
is that the thoroughbreds, just because they don't have quite as much muscle mass, they tend to throw themselves out a little bit more easily than the warm bloods with the bulkier muscling. So you have a lot more thoroughbred blood in the cross-country horses as well.
Right. That's true. Well, there you go. And that's jumping. Was that it on the jumping?
Yeah, unless there's any questions you have about it.
No, I think that makes a lot of sense.
That'll at least give people a good start.
Yeah, that's great. And where can people find out more about you?
They can go to my website at equineholisticvetmed.com, or look me up on Horse Tip Daily.
Or you can find her on a ski slope someplace soon.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Dr. DeLeeuw, and we'll have you back again to continue this series. And the next one we're going to do is...
We will do cutting and reining in some Western disciplines.
Yeah, reining, one of the most exciting horse sports, in my opinion. All right,
yes.
We'll be back next time with Dr. DeLeeuw talking about chiropractic and reining.
Great.
Thank you to Dr. DeLeeuw for joining us and for doing this series with us. It's very interesting, and she's trying to help us here save some money by avoiding the veterinarian and the chiropractor. Well, we appreciate that, Dr. DeLeeuw, and we'll see you again next week to talk about reining. And don't forget, if you have an iPhone, you can catch us on the Hallway Feeds application. Just go on your iPhone to the applications store and pull up Hallway, Hallway Feeds. They have a great application with all the news from the horse world, including our shows. So that's Hallway Feeds, found here in Lexington, Kentucky. So you can find us there. Well, we'll be back again tomorrow with another new expert and a different horse tip. Until then, stay safe, everyone.